Who would think that a PSP game that I sank hundreds of hours to would get an HD remake? Cause I didn't know at first till a couple of weeks while browsing the Nintendo eShop. No thanks to Nintendo for making it easy to navigate. It was an automatic buy once I figured it out. Hell, I even bought it on PC just to show my support to the long forgotten series. Now you're probably asking, what game is this I'm talking about? That game is Lumines Remastered. What is Lumines? Lumines is a puzzle game in the same vein as Tetris, except you don't complete lines in order to clear up blocks. Instead, you are given 2x2 blocks which can be placed anywhere in the 16x10 grid. The goal is to match up 4 colors in order to clear some space whenever the timeline passes the entire length of the screen. That's the basic premise of the game, but what makes Lumines different than your average puzzle game, you might ask? Good question! It has a really kick-ass soundtrack. Take a listen for yourself. Let me tell you, hearing Shine by Mountain Grosso after all these years of blasted nostalgia reminds me of those times when I bring my PSP on my way to school where I could just find a seat on the train and just play to my heart's content for the whole 30-minute ride and just enjoy the music. So I have that song stuck in my head, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'll get back to you on that. This feeling of synesthesia ain't no surprise either because this game is made by who else but Tetsuya Mizuguchi, the creator of many music tag games like Rez, Space Channel 5, and Every Extend Extra. Good games by their own means, which tells you what type of games you're getting into when you are popping it or loading for the first time. So like I said before, you're clearing blocks of the same color. However, there is a big caveat. The beat of the songs dictates your block clearing opportunities. You see this line passing by the grid? As stated before, this is called the timeline. The timeline is basically conducted to this visually appealing orchestra. This sweeping line rewards players who form enough block combos that they are locked in within the rhythm of the song, and each song has its own different tempo. One song can have the timeline move very quickly, which can stress out players to the point of making mistakes, to slower songs where you have to spread out your blocks to avoid making it too big of a stack. Another mechanic of this game is the special blocks. I call that because I don't know its official name. This block has a blue cross in it, and if you put it near matching colored blocks, the timeline will sweep away every one of those highlighted blocks. Perfect way to clear out the board if used correctly. So what is new to the game compared to the original? One new feature is the shuffle mode, a new feature in challenge mode where you can shuffle up music compared to the basic mode where you play songs in order. Each stage has a different skin and music for you to unlock. Once you complete each song, the song transitions ever so seamlessly to the next song and skin associated with it. Looking it up, there are 40 tracks in challenge mode alone. Another feature to challenge mode is skin edit mode, where you can select one or multiple skin/songs and play them in any order Spotify playlist style. I think I know what my playlist will consist of. Endless sessions of Shining by Mondo Grosso, baby! There are many gameplay modes returning too, like the puzzle mode where you have to form a shape or pattern within a time limit. Mission mode where you clear a certain amount of blocks and limited steps to the blocks given to you. Time attack is straightforward, clear up blocks before the time runs out to get a high score. Finally, the versus mode, where you get to challenge with another player locally or CPU. Versus mode is basically where you are given half of the board and the goal is to take over as much board as you can, therefore making it harder for the player to stack blocks. In order to claim more space, you have to combo blocks after another. If your combo is much higher than your opponent's after the timeline passes, you can claim some part of the board. While it's amazing to just pass another controller to a friend and play on the big screen or tabletop mode, I feel the game could have done better with an online mode. The only form of online we have is leaderboard, and that is all we get. What if you live in New York City like me and a friend wants to come over the next day, but it turns out the L train is fucked up yet again? What would you do? You would play online for its convenience, but nope, the developers disregard that feature. No siree! In other words, it's 2018. Please put online multiplayer, not puzzle games. New features added to the game, especially for the Switch version, is the use of the HD rumble to the timing of the beat for each song. Just the fact that it adds a level of immersion to the music makes this music fan happy. It's like when the DJ puts a song with heavy bass and you feel the bass shaking your entire body, but to a lesser degree with the Joy-Cons. Also, in typical Mizuguchi-san fashion, it can't be a game with some elaborate gimmick to add to the game. In this case is Lumines Trance mode, where you put 2 extra Joy-Cons in your pockets for extra immersion, air quotes. In retrospect, Mizuguchi-san did this before with the Japanese release of Rez on PS2 with the trance vibrator. I mean, let's be real, through the name alone and the sick mind, you get the idea people use this for anything rather than a musical experience, if you get what I'm saying. You know what? I'll just leave a link in the description if you're really that slow. All I gotta say is, why did Mizuguchi-san follow through with this in the first place? Let's just move on to the next topic. Visually, this game looks better compared to the PSP version, which is a given. The PSP was released like almost a decade ago, maybe even more if you think about it. If you compare the footage side by side, the difference is clear as day. Playing on the PC version, you can bump up the visuals to 4K as an added bonus. That doesn't mean the Switch version gets left behind, because in portable you get a sharp 720p and 1080p in big screen mode. Puzzle games are not known for the graphics. I mean, all you see are the pieces falling down and a bit of background movement, but that's basically the cherry on top to an already delicious cake. Make it tres leches while you're at it. So in conclusion, Lumines is not your basic block puzzle game. You would be wrong to say something so criminal about a classic game like this. There are so many things under the hood that make it different from many puzzle games. This can range from the music, to the haptic feedback to keep you in sync with the beat, of many more. This game deserves to get an upgrade after so many lackluster versions in later iterations. It feels right at home with the Switch being the ideal way to play in my opinion, but it can be on PC, PS4, Xbox for others too. Hell, give it a chance, it's only $15, and I already told you how good this game is. Hence why my final score for Lumines Remastered is a shining out of 10.